Today I'm in a bog looking for leeches, and although that might seem strange, leeches are actually very fascinating, and it's believed there are around 17 species of freshwater leech here in the UK. Some of them are even protected. Places like this wetland here are some of the best areas to look for leeches, as leeches don't do very well in moving water, and as it's just been raining, I like my chances of trying to find one. So today I'm just going to be turning up some logs and seeing what I can find. My nose is sticking out. If you do get a leech stuck to you, people often tell you that the best way to get it off is to put some salt on it. And although this is true, it does work very well. Put a little bit of salt on the leech and it pops right off. This isn't a very good thing to do for two reasons. One, it can harm the leech, and two, it can cause the leech to regurgitate the blood that it's just sucked out of you, which will then go back into your bloodstream and can cause infection. Bit yucky. I've tangled with quite a few leeches in my time, especially growing up in the forest, but most notably in Australia with the Australian bush leech. Look at that! Right on my ankle. I've had quite a few of them on me and they've drawn quite a bit of blood, but you really don't have to worry too much here in the UK. Now, if I was looking for medicinal leeches, all I'd have to do is jump into that pond over there and wait for one of them to bite onto me. But as there aren't medicinal leeches here, I'm going to be looking for species that come out of the water. And like I said earlier, the best place to look for them is underneath logs. So I'm going to be turning up a few around here and see if I can find anything. Look what we got under here. That is a leech. Look at this. Judging by the size, I would say he is a horse leech, which is one of the largest species here in the UK, and despite popular opinion, these guys are incapable of sucking on blood. They can't pierce mammalian skin. Instead, they eat insects, mostly that they find in the water, but they do come out, like this guy has, to find things like earthworms. In fact, the only species of leech that's known to drink human blood is the medicinal leech, which just so happens to be the largest species in this country, only slightly bigger than this guy here. And your chance of being bitten by one of these guys is actually quite slim, because they were highly sought after back in the day because of their use for medicinal purposes. So they're actually quite rare, so your chances of being bitten by a leech in the UK are actually pretty slim. This species is also actually incredibly susceptible to pollution, so they're actually a really good indicator of how clear waterways might be. So obviously this area here actually has some really clean water, but aren't they just weird looking? Like, you could mistake that for a slug any day, easily in fact, or even an earthworm. Thank you for watching. I hope you learnt something about leeches, and if you enjoy nature and wildlife, consider subscribing so that you don't miss what I'm up to next.